Come see us for Batman Day, September 21st, 2024. We will have free items to give away, exclusive items for Batman, and great sales on comic books. Come see us.
What is happening, my geeks and comic book freaks? Bam with another weekly new comic book day pick. And I'm going to tell you, I'm probably going to stop picking Marvel books. Not because they're not any good. There's some that are really good out there right now. X-Men feels like it's kind of been a letdown. And as a huge X-Men fan, it breaks my heart. They sent me a ton of free copies of almost every X-Men book. Might mean they have something to do with sales because the books just aren't that good. But if you're an X-Men fan, I don't know what to tell you right now. I'm trying my best. I love the X-Men, but these new books just aren't hitting the mark. They're on the shelf if you need them. Also, Spider-Man. I got 8,341 Venom books and 22,531 Spider-Man titles. So if you're a fan of Venom or Spider-Man, come pick out one of the 4 million titles on the shelf for Spider and Venom. There's enough salt at Marvel for the day. I'll quit and move on. I do have one place where we're going to talk this week for Marvel, and that's Taylor Swift, the comic. It's not Taylor Swift, the comic. It's Dazzler. It's not my cup of tea. I read it. There's actually some action in it. There's actually some superhero stuff that goes on. Dazzler, it's number one. New issue if you're looking to jump on point for a new story. So with all the Marvel stuff out of the way, let's get into DC a little bit. There's the usual Absolute Powers wrapping up. It's going to move into the Absolute Batman, Absolute Superman, Absolute Wonder Woman. A lot of people are looking forward to that. Some of these DC books are kind of holding tight just because of that. But they did put one book out this week that's kind of a young reader pick, but it was actually fun. There's a video game, DC Multiverses. It's got all the WB properties in it, like Bugs Bunny, Scooby-Doo, Superman, all of them. And they got the Multiverses Collision Detected. So basically, this is the story. I think Adventure Time, Steven Universe are in there. It's basically the story of the game and how they all meet in the universe to have these battles. So it actually was kind of fun. If you're a young reader, if you got a young person that's into the video game, might be worth checking out and getting picked up. But the Warner Brothers Multiverse is number one. The one I did enjoy reading, which I'm a fan of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, have been since I've been a kid. And there's a book, Mutant Nation number one. And basically it's a story of Raphael with what happened between TMNT number 150 and the relaunch of the series for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number one that happened recently. And it basically tells about Casey Jones and Raphael and what was happening to them in the meantime to get to where they got whenever TMNT number one launched. The next one is a cool one. It's a little bit more of a premium book. It's in almost a trade paperback. It is more of a graphic novel than a comic. It's The Graveyard Club. And it's a small town. There are some tropes in it. It's R.L. Stine, by the way. R.L. Stine, notorious famous horror writer. Great for telling stories like Goosebumps and stuff back in the day. But Graveyard Club is focuses on a group of kids in this town that's basically surrounded by graveyards. And some weird stuff happens. One of the kids in the group kind of plays a prank. And the prank triggers some things that they didn't want triggered. And they end up on this, this story because of what happened with the prank. So it's a pretty good pickup. It's kind of, I think, a young adult read, but it is a good book. It looked very cool. And the last one, and I'm going to fanboy out. For those who don't know, I'm a huge mark for Murder Falcon, Daniel Warren Johnson. One of my favorite writers, one of my favorite artists. The dude is awesome. I think he's going to end up being a legend someday. And a lot of people don't realize how good Daniel Warren Johnson is. Daniel Warren Johnson is the reason the Transformers series has been what the Transformers series has been. He's recently hopped off of Transformers because he's moving on to his own projects. And that's The Moon is Following Us. And The Moon and Following Us is pretty neat. Pretty neat concept. You have two people who have a kid. These evil powers take the kid, and the parents basically team up with the fictitious or the imaginary friends of the child who's been lost to go get this child back from the evil forces. And I love Daniel Warren Johnson's art. I love how he tells a story. It's very dynamic. and I love the pacing of his writing. So that would be my other recommendation, is The Moon is Following Us. This weekend, big one, big guy behind me, Batman. Saturday is Batman Day. If you want to, we have some free giveaways for Batman Day. They're very limited, so they're going to be first come, first serve. That's on Saturday. We also have some things like there's a facsimile edition of Detective Comics 27. There's some other Batman Day stuff that we will have for sale. And I'm also going to be doing a special on comic books for the day. So come by and check us out for Batman Day. If you can get here in time, get you some Batman Day promos. And then there'll also be some exclusive stuff for Batman Day that's on sale that day. Batman's one of my favorite characters. I'm a DC fanboy. So Batman Day, Laura and I will be here, and probably Batman t-shirts helping you guys out. And like I said, there'll be a special on comics. So come by and check us out. 114 North St. Francis, Suite 200. And as always, come by on my favorite day of the week, Wednesday, New Comic Book Day. Pick you up a read, pick you up some comics. Greatest American art form. If you can't keep it going, it's going to die. We need to keep comics rolling along. Keep buying comics. Keep getting new readers involved. And I'll see you guys next week on the Funny Pages.